and the current top 2 in the top 14 in France. And it's the Challenge Cup holders who get us underway, the Sharks. As Ulster, Exeter, Leicester, all past winners of this trophy, but all knowing.
Trevor Nyakani, 3 of the world's best to learn from, so he's in good hands.
Hendricks feeds, and it's along that line for the first opportunity to have a look at Edwin Keita come off that wing as he loves to do, and it's gone out to the other wing now in Penke. The referee was playing advantage. Oh, it's a nice strike. Oh, you'll appreciate that, Andy. That was right out the middle, wasn't it?
Yeah, I've been really impressed with him every time I've seen him play. Masuku, like you said.
This feels like the right call, doesn't it?
That's old school now, Miles, going for the 3.
Whoa! Access was good.
Everyone loves tries.
Line out work well again. Moore's working well again. There it is. A try and a stamp of authority as well. Montoya.
And a pack effort, really good setup into Liebenberg. Montoya does the easy bit, gets right at the back after his forwards have set it up. Joe Hayes working exceptionally hard at the front with Tommy Raffel. There's no stopping Leicester there. There was going to be another penalty against the collapse, so I think we're going to see Leicester driving more and more to try and get into Piardi, the referee's head, around yellow cards and stuff, but that's a really tight setup.
He still concede now, can Pollard. The kind of angle he would have had from the penalty. Well, he gets it. That's why it would have been in the thought process, the chance for the 3, but it's going to get very tight in that corner. Leicester have cover there. 3 or 4 were waiting. Chunu, the latest to drive forward towards the line.
Use it!
These are the opportunities the Sharks must take, and they have done so. That is a terrific effort.
They're going to check it. It's a brilliant drive to start off with, the peel around the corner. Keita does really well off his wing, and then they go back to the short side and just start the rumble on here. Playing fast. And then it's a physical confrontation. I thought Chunu was going to come in here, he's a hard man to stop. But then eventually the pick and go, and actually looking at George Martin, they've got their hands down the floor underneath. They think they've held him up. Martin, Wells, Tommy Raffel, just look at their hands underneath there. That's trained for, that's prepped for.
And the flags go up as well. Seems some quality kicking from the touchline.
So we'll chalk that up as 1, and we're back where Leicester scored their first try from. Brilliant kick from Pollard, right into the corner.
Advantage is coming in.
And it's Raffel who went up. It's already an advantage because the Sharks are worried. We threw people in too soon, and it didn't make a jot of difference. Montoya this time has a clear run for the line. And Leicester know that they need to be unstoppable today.
Look at his forwards again, but if you just watch him, you see the snap and the drive, but he's got his head up here at the back. Just pops his head up as they start to nudge forwards. There's the look. You can see the weakness. He tries to get out. No 10 in the world wants to make that tackle. Masuku kind of stays out of it. Montoya can see the opening. Just that experience, having his head up at the back of the maul. His shoulders are still engaged, so he's perfectly legal. Knows that he doesn't need to. He's kept it in. Oh, wow.
Oh, giving it away to Hassel-Collins. Well worth the chase. Makes them look a little bit silly. It was an absolute gift for Hassel-Collins.
It was, but it's the wrong technique. You've got to jump from off the field back into the field. The way the laws are now, you don't get much for having your feet in the field and then flicking it back inside. You run the risk.
Oh, it's collapsed, and it is a penalty to the Leicester Tigers. Pollard, out it goes to Stewart. Look at the long stride there, and it's on to try scorer Hassel-Collins, who is flying up that wing. Van Poortvliet arrives quickly. And calling on this side is Hanro Liebenberg. He's giving it width, and the Sharks have seen that now. There's big George Martin to his involvement with England in the autumn.
No!
Van Portfleet too, gives it to Pollard. Cato, hand off, twice, he's away, there's the bonus point. Yet another powerful run from the Leicester centre.
With this crisp attack, watch the way Pollard just sends that out in front of Freddie Stewart. Long rangy strides and then simple 2-on-1 on the edge. Hassel-Collins attacks the space, cuts in field. And then a couple of phases later, there's the fen, bang, straight into the chest of Labuschagne. And then he has another.
The Sharks, and for now it pays off, but it's coming straight back here with Hassel-Collins. Van Portfleet. And a clear offside there. I think everyone in line in the crowd caught it as well as the officials. And there's a gap found by Big Martin. He's got a man on the inside. Van Portfleet gets it back. That is brilliant. That is Pollard, and they are starting to run riot here. The South African against the South African team. And this crowd, this unique voice in the Champions Cup.
What about the offload in here? Short ball to Martin, goes back inside to Van Portfleet. Look at that. Gets it back out to Andre Pollard. And having played for the Sharks myself, I know that the Bulls boys don't like the Sharks boys, so nothing will give Andre Pollard more joy than scoring against the Sharks, being an ex-Bulls player. Just the interplay. Cracknell with a little tip on, outstanding.
Well, he made his debut in the Currie Cup and also in Super Rugby against the Sharks. And it looks so much worse because of the kicking prowess of the latest try scorer, Pollard. And he just keeps on rolling, as do the Leicester Tigers. Bonus point long since secured. That is 5 tries now, 2 for Montoya, Hassel-Collins, Catter, and then Pollard right on the stroke of half-time. Carrying is good. Van Portfleet's got it. He's got a lovely step and a hand-off too, and a stretch to score right at the start of the second half. Setting the standards again.
Lovely little play. You see Freddie Stewart just come out of the shadow of Catter there. And then they're on the front foot. They get a bit of luck with the ricochet from Pollard's kick, but the little inside ball from Martin onto Cracknell gets them through the gain line. That means that the Sharks' defence.
David's on at scrum half. He's just waiting at the moment, though. Now he goes in. Forwards have done their work. It's an awkward bounce, but it's well taken, and it is scored by Ethan Hooker. It's a start for the Sharks in this second half. They needed that.
And then some pick and go. Talk about the carry from Mavasera. But then a bounce ball always works for one team. You either get an intercept off the bounce ball, or the attacking team just pulls a defender out the line, because it's such a...
Reaching unbelievable heights, really is. And we're seeing it, of course, right the way through the weekends of this competition. Taken quickly by Ben Youngs. This all about power, though.
Yellow card.
The referee having a look at the big screen, and in conjunction with the TMO, have the major culprit in their eyes.
Just trying to find the number of the defender that's not retreated.
Number one. Okay.
Yes.
Short.
They're screaming why, because there is definitely an overlap to the right, not required. Leicester have it. They've always had it, virtually all evening. Emeka Elione and the Leicester Tigers have a night to celebrate.
Yeah, he pulled out his try celebration as well. Really pleased for Emeka Elione. I mentioned Charlie Clare deserved a try for his efforts last week. Same for this guy. His players rested last week over at Bordeaux. He gets his powerful try at the end, and brilliant way for Leicester and that young man, Emeka Elione, to finish off a game where they've absolutely dominated from the first minute.